models. We had 3D templates to create for this project or for this meeting. So, to create the 3D scenarios, we worked with the students of the third year of the vocational training course of design of 3D design. So these are the boys. I had to take the picture, so we have to recognize their work. To create the 3D models, the scenarios that you will see later, they use 3D Max because that's the software they have got at school, and it was easier for them at this point to work with 3D Max. As you know, 3D Max, it's one of the most used tool for 3D design. It's not free. It's not open source. It can cost you around. I said around because it goes from 1,600 to 2,000. It depends, but around 2,000 euros. If you're a student, you can have the students can have free access for 3 years, I think. So, as I was saying, it's an expensive but very useful tool. And if you are curious about it and to see if, I don't know, maybe I'll dedicate some time to 3D design and I'll check it. So at YouTube you can find an Autodesk 3D learning channel, all the tutorials about how to use it, since the basic things to the more complicated ones. For this project, we talked about it in the other meeting and with Caesar, and we choose the Blender. Blender, it's also a software for 3D design, and it's free. So this was our choice. And this is a brief explanation what's Blender. It's a free open source 3D creation. So I don't want to take a lot of time, but Blender is cross-platform and runs equally well on Linux, Windows, and Macintosh computers. So whatever you have, it's compatible. And then, of my 3D Pro, it's gonna, show you some. He's gonna show you the templates the kids created, and he's going to teach you how to do simple tasks on 3D, not 3D Max, on Blender, as change textures of the objects. Move it around, etc. Okay? Do you need me, sir?
Yeah.
You do? Okay.
I don't know if everyone have the models, but you can. It's only for open or import because some of them are all of them, almost, are in FBX, and FBX is the most format or save file for compatible between several softwares.
What is
and it's great for games, for Unity if you want. The final test, FBX. It's an Autodesk format, developed by Autodesk. You can use this or OBJ. OBJ is to save your models to take them to Unity. Unity is a platform for 3D games or 2D games. The Spanish use the construct. It's it's for 2D, and but Unity you can do 2D, 3D, VR, for every platform. When you use software 3D, it's to make your models and then export them to Unity. The main goal today, or at this time, in the gaming industry is VR. Okay, to begin, when you open Blender, it takes you to create a box. It's a geometry, 3D geometry. If you want to rotate in Blender or an orbit to see the object, you can do with the rodinha.
With scroll.
Scroll. And if you want to pan the image, you click Shift, and with wheel you can pan every object. Zoom, the wheel front and left.
How do we zoom?
Wheel.
Oh, scroll again. Okay.
It creates an object, a box, a light, and if you want to change or transform the position, it puts you this panels, this transform tool. You can change here. In the bottom you have pivot, and you have move, rotate, every color, every X, how do you say, X, Y, and Z coordinates, okay? This is Y, this is Z, it's in the bottom. I was telling you wrong, it's like 3D Max, because some software in 3D, when you pull, this one is not Z but Y.
And
But
that's
it's
about
the
the left,
same,
right?
okay? It's the same. It's only the way they construct or they build the software. Some see the things like this, and another guys build the software like this. You are drawing like this. Not this is a coordinate system. Y, Z, X to move objects. Okay? If you do this in the geometry, it's the same. Sim up, front and back, right and left. To do this, you need to come to this tools here, menu bar, and you have move, rotate, and scale. And scale. To edit the object, you have object mode to move them, rotate and scale them, and if you want to edit the object, you go here and set object mode, and this, you click, and you got object mode to move, and edit mode. Those are brushes to paint, sculpt, but you need another kind of mesh. You have two ways of build a mesh. A high poly mesh, and is a mesh made of several segments, faces, and vertex. This is a high poly mesh. This is a low poly mesh, and this is what you use to make models for games. Low poly mesh. Yeah. One second. You can put another one, but if you to sculpt and create sculptures, you use this much high poly mesh. For us, it's for games. And now, how can you create a new file? You open Blender. It's like this, you click, and you have this new file. But you can say to me, I don't want the box, I want another object. Go here and it says create this panel here on the left. There. You see here? Tools, create tools to translate, rotate, scale, mirror, duplicate, smooth and flat. And you have to create a plane. It's there. Going for scale. Cube. If you want to choose between or select objects, it's the right. Okay, so one, another, move. The sphere. And they have something like this. It's only Blender have this. It's a monkey, or a monkey face, monkey head. Okay. To render and see the image that you are building, you go to render. You have two engines render. We're gonna use this, but the true engine render for us is not, if you're going for Unity, you don't render objects here. You only build the model, put some textures, and then you render the things on Unity. If it's for another, to build an image or a movie, you have to render this. This is a linear render, is the first for Blender. They have a Blender game render and a cycles render. This is a 3D render engine. Okay? You push more for see render image, and you say, hey, where is the image? It's the camera that you're going to. After that, you need to change this to view here, view 3D view, and select the camera. If you don't have a mouse, you can move your objects with the number lock. Sorry. With the number lock pen. And with the number 5, you change to orthogonal or perspective. Number 7, top, bottom, 5 again, and with 8 and 2, you can put this here. I'm going to pull my camera a little bit. Down, rotator. Try. That's why I don't like so much. But if you want to see what the camera is seeing, you go to view, there, right here, view, camera, and active camera. This, and now you can change the view, not like this.
Alfonso, can we print that
See
beautiful monkey
again.
upstairs? Print.
The monkey?
And render, and like this.
Or whatever creations you have.
See, this is a render, the light is behind. You need to move the light or put another light there. Go
There's your
to-
camera.
What?
The camera.
Uh,
Or
I don't know.
It's view camera, Sergio?
what?
Onde é que querias a câmera?
Câmera. A câmera por defeito ele cria uma. Se não tiver câmera, se eu fizer delete, ok? E se quiser fazer render, ele não vai renderizar e diz aí em cima aqui, no camera.
Yeah.
So you have to create one.
Create one. You go here, create, but in the bottom you have geometries, lines, lights or lamps, like a point light, a sunlight, a spotlight, ME and area lights, and then you have cameras here.
Okay.
Text.
I have two cameras.
This is for animation, like this,
View.
and sound.
Apps.
See?
View.
View.
Oh, okay.
Where's the
No,
view?
Camera. Yeah. Okay.
So you change to top view, and then you rotate your camera to see what you get. Or to move your camera to a place. It's the same like in real life.
Yes.
Vista cámara, ¿no? Cámara por PP.
Sí, pero es lo otro. Cortar los rendes y no
Esto son premios. Estos son que están dando esto, ¿no? Deshecho el rodillo, por favor.
son 23 megas. Y el FMX 80 megas. Bueno, como ves, luego lo vemos.
Casi no.
Lorena, you want one?
Yo no trabajo
You're not going to.
Bueno, pues ahí.
Okay. Guys, you want blender?
Okay. If you want to create, you got no light there, you got light there. So you change again to 3D and put another light. If you want sunlight or spotlight. Okay. if you don't want to change the view between the render and 3D view, you can make a render like this
Wait.
with
Espera aí que está desligado. No vou levar, não sei.
Yeah.
okay. If you don't want to render image and change the window, you can render in real time. If you come here in the material mode and you can change this for wireframe. See, this is a high poly model, this is a high poly model, this is a low poly model. But you can change the mesh. Or a solid one. It's the ways of viewing things. Solid, texture, materials. Right now, all objects have a default material. It's a shading. A shading is not a material, it's a shade. In English, it's sombreado.
A shadow.
It's a default, not shadow, shading. Shading is a little different. Okay? You got a color, and you got some properties like specular, reflection. You got several shades, base materials. In Blender, I don't know, but I suppose because shading is an industry. In 3D, there are people that makes all the time shades for the other guys. Doesn't do anything. Only this. It's not easy to construct them. It's a physical material. It's great for Roman because it's a guy from physics, and it's great for them. For a real material, you need to understand the real life, the way materials work, like iron, plastic, earth, other kind of stuff, and then put that on the default shade material. Then you can put colors or images inside of that shape. This is the render, and it's in real time because you can change things and view. But you see, you need those are the renders. Only with every 3D software now have this kind of render. It's very heavy for computers because you are moving with final model. Well, I'm going to change only you can use it solid. This one, say the lights, only lights. See, this is my model right now, and if this is before, there's no light here. I change again to solid. I get access to the light, and I put this projection right here. up more, and then I have this. If you want to make some materials for them, go in solid mode again, and here the panel is to create things. Here is to transform, animate, object mode, edit mode, and only transform mode. And here you got an explorer for all the things that you create on a scene. See, Suzanne is the monkey. The spots, you can select them here. The plus sign behind, this is a layer. You can change things here because when you select one in the bottom, this panel, you can change properties for the things you have on your scene or on your project. Camera, it's another object to link. Animation, camera, textures. If you want to create a material, you need to create material here. You need to select one. I'm going to select the box. Now I'm going to create a material. This is the material. See? And then if you want to change something, you can change color. This is the shading things, the shading based materials, the lumber shading, and if you change this, you get different properties in the same material. Fresnel. It's different from this in art. Tune to create, how do you say it, desenhos animados, tunes?
Cartoons?
Cartoons, okay, to have that kind of material, different shadings. Lambert is the most used. Intensidade, the intensity of the color. Ramp, and ramp is this. You have two colors building the other color there. Specular, and specular is this. Creates the shines. You change the color, you change blue. For default is white. Translucent materials. Emission of the material. You got several properties there. Transparency. Well, this is one. We're going to change the other one. If you don't have a material there like this have one for default, this have nothing. You need to create one new. Now you have a material. Color again, just to make some different. And the monkey there. Create a new material. For this guy. Now we're going for a render, just to see what's happening. colors, emissions, reflections, different kind of reflections. And this is one kind of material, it's only colors. You can put image, and for this you need to, I'm going only to take these emissions. And if you want to put some image there, not a color, you can do this. You have the material there, but you need to create a texture. Okay? Take one, new, this is a map, can be an image, a movie, or procedural textures, like noise, ocean, Voronoi, clouds, but if you want an image, you need to click there, image and movie, and then you go down and you have here open, click